Okay, welcome back to another Foster Shepherd update. Good boy, Fozzie. Camped out here last night. We're right near the shores of Destruction Bay. Can't really see it, but the road's just up there, and there's a huge frozen bay right behind there that we'll be driving around this morning. Woke up to some pretty cold temperatures. Definitely the coldest it's been. Very far north now. We're not far from Alaska at all. I think in the last video I said we're getting close to crossing back into Alaska. What I meant was back into the US. You guys know what I'm saying. So close to the Alcan border now. Very exciting. We'll cross into Alaska today. We're gonna camp down here last night. Nice little spot. Kind of tucked in the trees. Unfortunately, someone left some trash here we'll get rid of. But the mosquitoes down by this standing water were horrible. Pulled the truck down here and they were just swarming, so that's why we actually pulled up into the middle of the gravel lot. And that really made all the difference, just getting away from that standing water. But it was warm, bugs last night. All this ice was breaking up, and this was open water last night. There were a bunch of ducks and geese in here. And this morning the skim ice is back, so pretty cold. Oh, there's all the ducks. There must be some open water over there. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. Beautiful place. But yeah, definitely found those colder temps that everyone talked about. Alaska in May. So, got some good rest. Actually went to bed pretty late because it was about 11:30 and it was still very bright out, so we're gonna have to get used to that. Sorry about the wind, but wanted to talk to you guys real quick this morning. I did some updates on the transfer case. That's been fine, by the way. It's still getting hot and doing its thing, but hasn't caused any issue yet, praise God. And right along those lines, it's really been just a silly little thing that's taught me to trust in God more. Learning to trust in Him, really putting our trust in Him is such a valuable lesson because it brings such peace. And I've just been thinking a lot about that along the way. We can... Stuff's blowing away here. But sitting in the truck when you got nothing to do but run things through your mind. I'm thinking, okay, is this transfer case getting too hot? Should I stop? Should I slow down? Should I run at night more when there's more wildlife out, but the temps are cooler? And you could stress about a million things, whether you're driving on a long trip or just going through life, everyday life. You could stress about 1,000 different things every day. Or you could choose to trust in God, to give it up to Him in prayer, to truly hand that over to Him and trust in Him that He will take care of you. And that's, we're called as Christians to live in complete joy and complete peace. And that's always a nice thought, a nice idea, but how do you do that when the stresses of life and all these different situations arise that we can't control, right? Well, I'm learning, and I'm not saying I've perfected this by any means, but I'm learning that it's not life situations, it's not our circumstances that dictate our joy and our peace. It's a trusting in God, choosing to trust in Him. And that's where peace is found. And I've just been thinking a lot about this on the road, and came to a devotional this morning. I did want to mention these two books are amazing morning devotions. These two books and some coffee is about how I start my day every day, especially for about the last 2 years. There's something incredibly valuable about morning fellowship with God. Any time spent with the Lord is valuable, but something really important about meeting God in the stillness of the morning and giving Him the first fruits of our day. The Lord wants the first fruits of everything in our life, and I believe the first of our time every day is very valuable to Him. So I think that's been a big part of this trip already, and why the Lord has called me here is to just, again, take me out of my comfort zone and teach me to trust in Him completely. I mean, a new level of trust. And so I opened up devotional here to this page, and sure enough, focus, there we go. If you learn to trust me, really trust me, with your whole being, then nothing can separate you from my peace. Everything you endure can be put to good use by allowing it to train you in trusting me. So it's a choice. It's a choice. We will experience difficult situations in this life. Jesus promised that. In this life you will have trouble. But take heart, for I have overcome this world. So I just wanted to encourage you guys with that this morning. We will go through struggles in this life, but we could choose to trust in Him and just really depend on Him. And, you know, I'm starting to learn how the Apostle Paul could say, I rejoice in my trials. I have joy always, constant joy, because it's not dependent upon circumstances. If we really believe that God is a sovereign, loving God, and that He does work all things together for good, for those who love Him and are called according to His purpose, then we'll trust that even something difficult, something uncomfortable that we're going through, He is working for good. And if you just fix your eyes on Him, endure until the end, and persevere, praying continually and rejoicing continually, keeping that attitude of joy, you will have peace in your life, I assure you. So I want to encourage you guys, and I guess challenge you all a little bit with that this morning, and let you know that we're enjoying this trip and trying to maintain that constant joy and peace, trusting in the Lord and praising Him for everything. Definitely a bit colder here this morning, but praise God for that. Foster's liking it, and probably keep that drivetrain a little bit cooler as we're driving too. So check back in with you guys from good old U.S. of America. Foster's out.